How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to create a positive life with power and influence and satisfaction, the type of life that you are inspired to live every single day. And if you're struggling with that motivation, with that fulfillment, then this is going to be the episode for you. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep healing, meditative breath to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Well, we're going to do another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear today to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So I've been thinking a lot about impact, about becoming something, achieving something, and manifesting the life that we desire on this path of enlightenment or healing or growth, whatever, it is to you. Sometimes it feels like we need to separate ourselves from material gain. And although I do believe that the material things will not impact your internal state, at least not on the long term. Of course, getting something can make you feel good for a little while, and losing something can make you feel bad for a little while. But in the end, people have received things that we believe will make us happy, and they stayed negative. And people don't have things that we wish we had, yet they're in a happier state than we are. So I know it's not the material things. But then it goes back to what's the point of us being here, our mission, finding that fulfillment, that growth, and that to me is healing ourselves. When we can heal ourselves and get in that high love frequency, meaning we're not carrying the anger, the depression, the anxiety, the toxic things that we might do, when we're no longer carrying those things and we're operating in love and light, the next step is to give that away. And although there are many ways to give that away, you could just give it away in your community. You could become a famous athlete and give it away on a prominent stage. You can become a politician and give it away there. Like there's so many things in the material world where if we take a path that certain way, we can make an impact. So there's got to be a way to find the balance. How can you have a successful career second to healing yourself? And I believe that's the order we got to think about things. When you start looking at yourself and reflecting, like, what do I struggle with? What is it that I'm attracting that's hurtful? What am I attracting that's bringing me down? What is within me that's bringing me down? And when you start looking at those and then focusing on healing those, there's two steps. It's the grow and the give. You grow and then you give. You grow and you give. And what you'll find is that you're making a path down somewhere, and it might attract certain material things. In fact, when you have desires for certain material things, it will pull you that way. There is nothing wrong with you being the richest person on the planet. But what I don't want is to be that and not be in loving energy. And not be in healing, forgiveness, peaceful energy. Because I believe when you become the highest version of yourself, the most successful version of yourself, you will be an impactful person for positive change. So we have to have high goals. We have to want to manifest an impressive life. But we need to do that second. And I think that's where we're missing and why we feel so empty. From the time we're born, as we go to school and we grow and we learn, we're told that we need to make money, we need to buy a house, we need to be successful, we need to be someone that helps, we need to be someone that is impactful and our situation is impressive. We're told all this, and then we're told to be that, you have to be this person. You have to act like this person. You have to achieve these things. You have to own these things. You have to possess these certain things. You have to look this certain way. But all of those are external. And so what I believe happens is we start chasing those thinking, okay, well, this is the answer. If I feel empty, if I feel hurt, if I get more of this, I will feel better. The problem is, as you achieve more and still receive not the energy you need, that hole gets wider. Why do you think somebody that we see as successful, maybe they're a celebrity, maybe they're a high up ranking official, like something, why would somebody of that nature, of that stature that have all those things in their life, or do something awful, or be miserable? It's because the external things are never going to be the answer if your internal state is not where it needs to be. So I believe there is a calling, and you might feel this calling. It might be initially tugging at you to make a change so that your life can be better, so that you can feel that inner peace. But I also believe, and I know this from talking to those of you that we've had one-on-ones with, that deep down, you believe you're destined to do something. You're destined to make an impact somehow. You're meant to be something. What that is different for everybody. Not everybody needs to be a billionaire. Not everybody needs to be a famous athlete. Not everybody needs to be president. But if we start healing ourselves and then trying to find ways to give the best version of ourselves, you will find the path that you're meant to be on. You will find the growth journey that will give you the fulfillment. Because what you're doing when you're doing that, when you're healing yourself, you're trying to align yourself into the frequency of love. As you start doing that, and then you start giving that version of you away, that frequency flows through you. It gives you that infinite energy to pursue because you're no longer doing for you, you're doing for all. But the reward of that, the upside, is that you'll be in the healing energy. So you will be healing yourself even more because you'll be tapped in to the highest frequency of love. You are meant to be great. You are meant to be powerful. Now, a great and powerful person, who that is different to each and every person. You may just want to be a local business owner and be impactful in your community. You might just want to work a career and be impactful in that organization. But we need you to be successful wherever you feel pulled as the healed, loving version. And if you don't have a motivation, if you don't have inspiration, that should be it. Imagine that you are a hero, that you are here to make an impact, and that's the way we do it. We heal ourselves and then give that version of ourselves away to the world. If you just keep it to yourself and you don't share how you found love, how you found forgiveness, how you evolved and got rid of the energy that no longer served you, you are blocking yourself up and truly limiting the true potential of what you could be, the true healing of where you could be at. It's one thing to feel the energy. It's another to have it flow through you. So stop worrying about the external things first. Allow them to be second, and then allow your energy to carry you. I didn't know I was going to do a podcast. I didn't know that I was going to work in fitness. I just kept trusting my gut, and this is where it's led me. It's kept me growing. It's kept me evolving, even though I have made mistakes. I have done things that I regret because I'm a human. I'm someone going through this experience trying to grow. But with each thing that's happened, I've luckily had perspective and be able not to make the same mistake again. Some lessons maybe took a couple times, but now I've grown from those. There'll be lessons in the future. There'll be mistakes in the future, and hopefully my perspective will keep going to where I can evolve from those as well. The importance of you is unmeasurable. In fact, this may be hard to accept and believe right now, but the harder the situation you're in, the more impactful you're meant to be. Think about it. Why, if you're a being looking to heal, if you're an energy that's looking to grow, would you pick an experience that's so difficult? It's because of what's on the other end of that. When you defeat that mountain, when you climb it and you conquer it and you forgive it and you heal it, think about the person that you'll be. It's something you probably can't fully comprehend. This version of you that's able to forgive all the bad that's happened to you, that's able to love all the negative energy that's been thrown your way, and move past it. Move with freedom. Move with your shoulders feeling free. Move with your head held high and seeing the positive perspective no matter what is going on. Being the light for every single person when right now, you're just wishing for a little light yourself. You're looking around hoping that something can pull you out of the hurt that you're in. Listen, we're going to take another deep breath. And when we breathe in, really listen to yourself. Listen to that energy within you, that it's calling you to be, that it's calling you to heal, and then what's on the other side of it. It's not about what's fair. It's not about what's right. It's about the power of you. And when you accept the power, when you accept this mission, everything else cannot control you anymore. The external world will still happen. There will still be things that happen out of our control in the external world, but no longer can it dictate your external state, your internal state, and no longer can it dictate the energy that you give the world. So that no matter what happens, you will be in the flow state of love energy. No matter where you're at, no matter what your position is, no matter how much money you have, no matter what your status is, you can be in that love frequency. It's calling you. It is. That's why you're here. That's why you're still listening. That's why you're starting to research books, why you're starting to look up podcasts, why you're starting to think things have to be different. I am meant for more. It doesn't mean that you're better than somebody else. Everyone is meant to do this on their own path. You're just waking up to yours. There is no right time. There's only now, and you're feeling it. So when we take this deep breath in, really breathe in, fill up the air all the way to your belly button. Just breathe it in. And as we hold it, listen to yourself saying, now's the time. You can do this. I am here for you. Your higher energy is ready. It's not going to be easy. But as you do it, as you start raising your perspective and seeing the positive, practicing that gratitude and healing, you'll start to feel it more and more. And the momentum will build up and you'll feel so powerful and you'll be able to do so much good because you'll no longer be serving you. You'll be serving all. So let's take this deep breath in. Let's envision these thoughts. Let's really feel them. And as we exhale, let's allow our shoulders to drop. Let's envision ourselves being successful, being strong, being healed, being loved. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. However old you are, no matter where you find yourself in life, it is okay to start now. It doesn't matter if you failed in the past, if you've tried in the past and it hasn't worked out. All that is creating the story for you to be the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and hopefully gave you some motivation and perspective to really realize how valuable you are and that when you conquer what is bringing you down, how much good you will be able to bring to the world. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And then the big one is the Positive Mindset Facebook community. There's a link down below. We're starting to do some lives. We're going to be having some contests and exercises and just a lot of growth things to be doing together. I'm really excited about it. It's just the start. The first call was really good and there's going to be more to come. So if you want to join, click the link below. You're welcome at any state, no matter where you're at. I just am glad to have you there. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day and I can't wait to talk to you next time.